Hello, I am PO2 Marsden from NLCC Corinthia. In this video presentation, I'm going to teach you about cadet and officer ranks. I'm going to teach you the purpose of ranks or why we use them in cadets, how to identify cadet and officer ranks, how to place cadet and officer ranks in their correct order according to rank structure, and finally, I will tell you how to adjust other cadets and officers appropriately. It is important to know cadet and officer ranks because we use them all the time to address each other, and you will need to know the ranks and their order to be promoted. To help you learn the cadet and officer ranks, there are some activities in your workbook. We use ranks at cadets to help us tell the difference between cadets at different levels of training and responsibility. Generally, the higher rank a cadet or officer has, the more experience and responsibility they have. At Navy League, we are simulating a naval environment, so we use naval ranks to carry on the naval tradition. Also, being able to progress in rank will help you as a cadet to set goals as you go through training and take part in other activities, such as community events that Navy League offers. While we are at cadets, we refer to each other by rank and last name. When you first join Navy League, your rank is New Entry, or NE for short. After you finish your NE training, you'll be promoted to Ordinary Cadet, or OC for short. Ranks are worn on the epaulette or shoulder of the uniform shirt, as you can see on my shirt. The OC slip-on does not have a badge on it. After you finish your OC training, you will be promoted to Able Cadet, or AC. You will have earned your first chevron, which is what this shape is called. The AC badge is 1 chevron. After you finish your AC training, you'll be promoted to Leading Cadet, or LC for short. The LC badge is 2 chevrons below a single anchor. After you finish your LC training, you'll be promoted to a Petty Officer Second Class, or PO2 for short. The PO2 badge is 3 chevrons below 2 crossed anchors. There are positions beyond PO2, but they depend on more than completing training. The number of positions for senior cadet ranks is limited, and to be promoted to them, the officers will consider other factors such as leadership, experience, how you represent Navy League, and the availability of positions, which are cadet leadership positions within the Corps. After PO2, you may be promoted to Petty Officer First Class, or PO1 for short. The badge for PO1 is a single crown. After PO1, you may be promoted to a Chief Petty Officer Second Class, or CPO2 for short. The badge for CPO2 is a crown, surrounded by laurels, which look like leaves. After CPO2, it is possible to be promoted to Chief Petty Officer First Class, or CPO1 for short. This is the highest cadet rank, usually worn by the coxswain. The badge for CPO1 is the Canadian coat of arms. Some of these ranks are a lot of words to say, so you can use PO to refer to a petty officer, or Chief to refer to a Chief Petty Officer. Officer ranks also reflect the experience of the officer. Officers are addressed by their rank and last name. You can also say sir when responding to a male officer, or ma'am to respond to a female officer. The officer ranks all have NL in brackets after them because they are Navy League ranks. Officer ranks start at midshipman. The midshipman is a single thin braid, either on the officer's epaulette or on the bottom of their uniform sleeve when we are in our formal uniforms. Next is acting sub-lieutenant. Not acting sub-lieutenant, because that would be the American way to say it. In Canada, we have lieutenant. The acting sub-lieutenant rank is a single thick braid. Next is sub-lieutenant. The rank for sub-lieutenant is 1 thick braid below 1 thin braid. Lieutenant is the next highest officer rank and has 2 thick braids. You can see that as the rank gets higher, the braids get bigger with combinations of thin and thick braids. The rank of lieutenant commander is a thin braid between 2 thick braids. The highest Navy League rank is commander. The commander has 3 thick braids. I have presented cadet and officer ranks to you. Remember, there are activities in your workbook to help you memorize these. You will be tested on these at the end of your NE training, and you will use them all the time when you're at cadets. Ranks are important to help us know who has experience and responsibility. The higher a person's rank, the more training, experience, and responsibility they have. Using ranks while at cadets helps us maintain our naval tradition. Importantly, we show and receive respect when we use rank and last name, or short title when we're at cadets. The more you practice using rank and last name, the more natural it will seem. Don't forget, when someone at Navy League asks you your name, to answer it with your rank and last name. Thank you for paying attention to my lesson. This is PO2 Marsden signing off.